I've got a professional here. Just give us a countdown here.
Sure.
Actually,
It's rolling.
Can I borrow that? Actually, start it one more time, Colin. I'll use this as a microphone.
Sure.
Okay. Let me know when you're going to start.
All right, it's rolling.
Okay. Sorry. Start one more time.
Sure.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and action.
Rex Walter here in front of Sandy's Bikes and Books. I'm here with owner David Sandquist, commonly referred to as Sandy, who's been a Leaside institution for 48 years. The shop was started by his father back in 1971,
Yes.
and David took over at some point after that when the shop moved from Millwood to Laird Drive to Research Road. David, how does it feel to be closing down this unbelievable bike shop and bookshop after 48 years?
Well, I have mixed feelings about this. In a sense, it's a relief. It's hard work being self-employed. On the other hand, it's what we do. And the two elements that this business comprises, that is the used books and bikes, I've been always fond of working on both of those. In fact, I will continue to sell the books and perhaps work in the bike shop in Stratford where we would be using.
Very good, David. Now, over the years, can you comment on how you've seen the bicycling industry change from your perspective?
Well, there's been a number of important changes. When I first started this, racing bikes were the popular bike, and virtually every bike sold in Canada at the time was some version of a racing bike. Ultimately, that evolved into mountain bikes as the largest selling bike in Canada. And at this point, it's probably, at least in an urban environment, a variety of bike called hybrids. I mean, beyond the change of styles of bikes over time, there have been enormous changes in the componentry that the bikes are equipped with, largely driven by, I would call it, Japanese innovation. The Japanese got involved with the design and building of bikes in, I would think, mid-70s, and dramatically changed bikes. All of the modern features that we think of, the index chains, the STI, the rapid fire, all of these elements that constitute modern bikes were developed initially by the Japanese. At this point, in the Canadian context, most of the bikes are built in China.
Okay, excellent. And finally, any memorable moments in your 48 years of involvement with the store that you'd like to tell Rex Report viewers?
Well, if we put aside the 4 or 5 times the store was broken into, those are highly memorable, as you might imagine.
No doubt.
Probably the most memorable thing has to do with the books. About 15 years ago, I purchased approximately 75 boxes of books, most of which were old leather-bound books, and it turns out that these books were, in many cases, owned by a prominent Toronto family called the Jarvis family. And in most cases, at least 200, and in some cases, 250 years old. So that I will never forget.
That's memorable indeed. Anyways, David, Sandy, may I call you that?
You may, of course.
Best of luck in your future in Stratford. It's been a pleasure having you in Leaside, and you will always be remembered.
Thank you, Tim. Well?
Yep.